Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It is amusing to listen to some of my colleagues feign ignorance about ESG and the impact it has on the market. They know exactly the impact it has on the market because they've been advocating for government intervention in our market economy for years. If you look in my state of New York, as I mentioned in yesterday's hearing, with the New York State Pension Fund and the New York City pension funds and what they do to try and dictate to companies as shareholders, it's remarkable. You look at our housing market and you see what New York is doing just this year, banning gas stoves, banning natural gas hookups. This is a state, and California being another one, where they are absolutely seeking to use their influence to upend the marketplace. They don't believe in free markets. They don't believe in consumer choice. In fact, they're trying to limit consumer choice. And what it does is it drives up the cost of housing. So at the very time they talk about the need for affordable housing, when you limit choice within energy, you drive up the cost. The average homeowner would have to pay about $30,000 to $35,000 to convert their home from gas to electric. That restricts. That causes a more difficult challenge. I'm not asking a question. That causes a more difficult challenge for someone to purchase a home. So if we want to actually address the challenge of affordability, if we want to reduce cost, then we need to actually allow the marketplace to work. In New York, 60% of New Yorkers rely on natural gas. 70% of electricity is generated by natural gas. So if we're going to increase the need for electricity by converting everyone from gas to electric, how are we actually going to create that needed electricity? So there are a lot of policies that get enacted precisely because of ESG that are having a profound negative impact on the marketplace and on the economy. And as I mentioned in yesterday's hearing, New York State's pension fund just returned a negative 4% return on investment. And what does that do? That hurts the taxpayers because the pension fund has a guaranteed 7% return. So who picks up the tab? The taxpayers. At the same time, New York is facing a $13 billion budget deficit, and California is looking at a $35 billion budget deficit. Great policies, really working out really well. It's a disaster. But because we want to say this is what should be, instead of letting people choose what they would like, most Americans would like companies and corporations to focus on their product. You build a home, build a home. Why are you getting involved in politics? You sell goods, sell goods. Stop getting involved in politics. People are tired of it. And shareholders certainly want to know that there is a return on their investment. Otherwise, why invest in the company if you're going to have a loss? What's the point? So where do you get the capital from if that happens? We are making really bad policy decisions in the name of politics. And it is creating havoc all over the place because politics now consumes everything. Leave the politics for the committee rooms, for the chamber, and let businesses do what they are set up and intended to do. We see it every day how this is impacting. So, yes, ESG does have a profound impact on our economy. Yes, it does have a profound impact on our housing and insurance markets. And yes, we should be environmentally conscious. And yes, we should be making decisions to reduce carbon emissions. But we also need to make decisions that allow for the economy to grow and that create a situation where we have clean, cheap, reliable energy policies, and that positively impact the marketplace. And with that, I yield back.